Hello everyone, tonight we're going to be playing some Crusader Kings 3. You might, you might have noticed that a little bit of the overlay that's not here. That's because song requests aren't working. Well, more specifically, the app that allows me to actually show what song's playing in the overlay currently looks like this. And I have no idea what's wrong. So, if anyone knows why this is happening and how to fix it, your help would be greatly appreciated. It's the Nightbot companion app. But that's why I didn't stream last night, was because I spent too much time trying to fix whatever's going on with that. And unfortunately I was unsuccessful. So I ended up just calling it a night around midnight. Let's just get... I got the game running, it's just a matter of unmuting and switching over. Right, there we go. Just grab a quick screenshot to make sure that I've got. I'm gonna use this as a thumbnail later. Which apparently I just straight forgot to upload the VODs from last week to YouTube, so I'm gonna have to catch up on that soon. But right now, it's time to play some CK3. For the next 2.5 hours. There's from the looks of it. It's currently almost 11:30. Alright, so currently the Kingdom of Navarra. And we need to, for Granger. Okay, like baseline is 16. Seems I was just misunderstanding how the court works. Oh, your cubs died of flagellation. Alright, so let's see. Circle's currently the compromise phase. Historical Clash cast ability only targets one county. So basically, I guess now that we have a kingdom, we can set our sights on maybe forming the Empire of Hispania. It's quite a ways off. since we have to unite 80% of the entire Iberian continent, and then to be able to do that. We also have no children currently. You know, seeing as how we're only betrothed due to not even being a fully grown adult yet. Aim. Get the Chancellor. I guess we might as well put this guy in some kind of position. And to make him hate a little bit less. Pros Alliance from Castile. Sure. So now we have at least one ally. Oh yeah, of course we've got to have at least one attempt to destroy the kingdom tonight. Let's call in our allies. Raise and raise all armies. Right. Help of Munia, I finally concluded my studies in the art of stewardship. I am disappointed in my results, as I really think I could have done better. As I take my first steps into adulthood, I find myself reminiscing about some of the people who have made an impact on the man I have become. The friendship I shared with Gracinda meant a lot to me when we were both young. I still have her by my side. To still have her by my side means a lot. And dog. Wait, no, we've got cat. This little monster among my things. What wasn't scratched to bits was covered in piss. She's just a cat. Right, so let's see, we've got the options of avaricious, this architect and administrator. The first ones will be meritocracy. We don't have a liege, so that's kind of useless, at least for the moment. And cornerstones and taxman. Taxman could be useful. I think I might go for architect. Now let's go for wealth focus. Especially since we're currently losing quite a bit of money. This will help us rebound it around a bit once we get out of this war. You really need to decide where you're gonna siege. And then just continue to bounce around. You know, honestly, like, they want to just bounce around and accomplish absolutely nothing. Better for me. Me and my allies are gonna go around and get shit done. Yeah, sure, cousin. I got 2 gold for my cat. Words of faith. Vassal Sheik now approaches me in private with clear down his eyes. He explains to me that his faith is faltering due to his time spent guarding the border against Catholicism and fraternizing with the enemy. His words are not in jest. It feels as if the slightest mistake could push him away from Allah. And yet this is an opportunity to strengthen our fervor as well as our relationship. Let's see. Yeah, let's go for this one. Yep, vassal remains faithful. Guess we're bringing the vineyards to cinders. Calling our new ally. It doesn't look like it's... My vassal Hefila has accused my spy master Sheik Ladron of having an incestuous relationship with his own sister. Ladron and Sheikha Constantia are lovers. I have seen and heard many things in my day, but this... And you know, as soon as I close out the event, the dramatic music stops. Right, and enforce demands. Quite a bit of my council is empty now. Plus, it looks like you don't have any powerful vassals vying for any positions. My mother, Rusukanya, has lately been telling me how impressed she is with the generosity of Miriam. Apparently, she came through for her when she needed it the most. Scandalous priest. Condemn him for his transgressions, I guess. we're finally back up to Court Grandeur level 1. Sitting on my throne, I gesture for my guards to open the doors of the hall. A stream of people file in, and some lining up in front of my throne while others move out of the way so they can simply observe the proceedings. For several moments, all movement into the chamber has ceased. All faces is turned towards mine unexpectedly. In front of me, I count 3 petitioners lined up in an early row, waiting for me to call on them. The new arrival in my court today is one Wahid, an envoy from my acquaintance Emir Abd al-Rahman of Bradlias. Malik Ordonia. Oh, it has come to the attention of my liege that you are harboring an individual of particular interest. Ayla has a legitimate claim to the sheikdom of Placencia. Emir Abd al-Rahman requests and demands a return of this errant subject of his. Sin Wahid of the Rumel site tells my council debates what should we do? Let's be friendly towards our ally. Sheikh Ladron approaches me with the straighter posture than usual and visibly eager about what he has to say. My liege, there's much to celebrate under your rule. Please allow me to pay for the expenses of your next feast. Perhaps in return you will grant me a favor in the future? Yeah, sure, I'll accept 200 gold. The next petitioner was evidently somewhat of a stranger in this court, as I do not recognize her. In the eyes of Marshal Ghazi, ye have been on them since they first entered. My lord, I have come to declare that the people of Kalat Rabad are refusing to pay the taxes you have levied upon us. In times past, our land and people were granted rights and privileges which your recent exactions ignore. We request that you address our concerns fairly or else. Let's see. We can either give Sheikh Ghazi 100 martial lifestyle experience. Yeah, let's just go for that one. As the last petitioner departs, various courtiers follow them out of the room, having business to attend elsewhere. Others remain talking amongst themselves, and blah 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 blah. We've read this all before. Disband all of our armies because that's what's been draining our funds. We need more spouses. Much as I hate to go for the 8-year-old, it's the most strategically beneficial option. Gonna go for it. After all, we can, by securing this betrothal, we can get an ally with The 3,000 troops. Hey, at least it's not incest. See, I noticed that some of the options were for cousins beneath my balcony. Having retreated into my chambers for the evening, I am startled by what sounds like a pebble striking my window. Now, peering into the dark garden, I spot a seashell lying on the ground wrapped in a note. In a woman that looks like Miriam, then vanishing into the night. To the serene Malik Ordonio. Oh, as a token of my feelings. Just gotta immediately sell that. Let's see. It does count for this being a spouse for purposes of the number of spouses we need. So also get an alliance with this guy from Maghreb. I still need another spouse. Oh, we're immediately called to war by our new ally. Look into the possibility of cheating indiscreetly. Seems my fears may have been unfounded, despite every effort. Under on the part of my spies, I have found no indication that Malika Hamda has been unfaithful. Unfortunately, she has found out about my suspicions and is very disappointed with me. So it looks like I'm gonna have to just sit here with too few spouses. That is because it's not giving me any options. Let's get Taxman. Also, I think our allies probably have this war at this point. A sensual and proposal. Wherever I go, my courtier Miriam is sure to follow. The look in her eyes, the words on her lips, I know exactly what she is after. Let's see. Either of these two options. Increase stress because of zealous. Let's see. In her attempts to seduce. Our culture has discovered city planning. Getting ahead A flock of robed men burst into my throne room, hectically searching the floor and uprooting everything from chairs to skirts in a frantic search. Only Cordonia, no, cries one. We are the followers of Bernard the Headless, the great holy man who has been decapitated as part of a prophecy a lot gave him at birth. As often happens with holy figures, his head is rolling away. We have been chasing it through the land and are certain it rolled up of the hillock into your castle. Let's see. This gets us more court grandeur. You know, we're at level 3. And I gained 100 intrigue lifestyle experience. And this is the vassal. It gave us a 200 gold. So we very much do not have a choice. He's on that one. I thought we gained 100 intrigue lifestyle experience, but I guess somebody else gained it. Since some decisions can cause other characters. Oh, huh. Ghost Sworn. We're doing well on that one. And we've got a son. Wayla Mencia of Arnito has approached me today, demanding that the recently converted mosque faces in the wrong direction. As a former church, the mosque faces east, preventing the construction of a mihrab to guide followers to face the holy city. The Wayla Mencia of Arnito argues that it is practically impossible to administer a proper service in these conditions, and asks that we grant some funds to have the entire building rotated in the right direction. Yeah, sure, I mean, it's only 50 gold. And son is sickly. And also scaly. Yeah, apparently. And we've got Ladron died, so we've got to get another new steward. Let's see now. Do we want studious youth, desirable match, vibrant court, noble veins, long reach, mostly fair, house of warriors, language scholars, inner circle, or influential cities? Do we have any house members currently on our council? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, no. That's probably not that one. Now let's go for studious youth. So that way if our son survives, maybe he'll at least get a better education outcome. While traveling across the mountains of the Sheikdom of Tudela, we find a makeshift looking stall by the side of the track. As I stop to take a look, a peasant by the name of Jacques who jumps into action, trying to convince me to buy one of the small shahada carvings he has on sale. I make them by hand, my lord. Each one takes me hours of work. Yeah, I'll buy one. Interesting, he just immediately disappeared without a trace as soon as I got done buying the thing from him. Hey, now we have a small religious carving. Just adds plus 1.1 piety per month. And also, the scroll has broken. Like the map is just stuck this way now. Alright, Chow's kill some rodents. Let's just exit the main menu real quick. See if that fixes the problem. Yep, there we go. We're quickly approaching our first century past the game start. Oh, now we've got new got new spouse options. She plays with Tarza. Right now we've got sufficient spouses. And little Muhammad has died. Well, out on a leisurely stroll, well, the crowd they have a particular merchant and stands out from the regular hustle and bustle of the street. Greetings, my lord. I have an exquisite assortment of wares. If my lord has a coin, my companion Lope stops ahead of dead in his track, head cocked and intently staring at something in the merchant's stall. He leans in and confides with a hushed voice. That bauble over there is a spitting image of a piece from the ceremonious reliquary. It'd be wise to acquire such a trinket. Let's see. Go for... Your words sound wise to me, Lope. I've got a lucky bass coin. And monthly stewardship have lifestyle experience plus 5%. And we've got another child on the way. Hopefully this one won't pretty much immediately get sick and die. Imagine if, like, I managed to lose tonight just by poor luck and getting a new heir. Or, no, this cat has to go. My wife Malika Hamda's holding Shadow up by the skin of her neck, eyes red and nose running. I can't stand this anymore. I can barely breathe when she is around. So I can give her to Ghazi, Yashai, or Gersinda. I'm not sure. My dear friend Gersinda can have the cat. Maybe then, there won't be any taxidermy shenanigans happening. Let's see. Let's go for defensive measures. And we need new marshal. Let's cover this guy. Let's just continue passing that guy up for a council position. Well, there's just always a better candidate, Malik or peasant, high or low, it does not matter. In the end, we are all mortals. I was reminded of this when I woke coughing in the early morning hours, a dull ache pounding in my head and throat. You seem to be under the weather, my lord. I know a fair number of suitable remedies. Well, our only heir is a 51-year-old. Apparently Gersinda is actually her sister as well. Let's say it's like precaution and greatly reduced symptoms for a year. Fantastic. Word of advice. I saunter between the market stalls of Tudela, a heavy pouch tugging at my belt. How do I make this coin work for me? As I admire the wares of the local stonemason. Perfect geometry, a sound investment. My Aunt Munia suddenly appears at my side. Word of advice, my lord? Have a look at the smithy over there. Theirs might be simple, but their potential is great. So we can invest in the mason's shop. It gives us reduction in building construction cost. Yeah, sure, I'll invest in the smithy. And it worked out. Ashes to ashes, us to... Look the weapon over. Well, no matter for forging will ever make it battle-worthy again. It will be possible to clean it up and preserve it for display at only a marginal cost. Not sure. Time to decorate our court a little bit. Because we've got a nice sword. It's just put on a stand in the middle of the room. Exotic arms. Along with their strange goods, merchants bring tall tales from distant lands, unverifiable, full of wonder. A group of Castilian peddlers report to have bought Harlock objects said to have come from the faraway court of a great ruler, Khan Koza of Zetisu, who no less, Gonzalo, the leading trader of Grin and Darkly. This unique sword could be yours, for a special price, of course, Great Malik. Like the yarn indeed, if only he had some way to verify the hawker's story. Yeah, I'm just gonna not go for the... Because, like, we're still dealing with the stress from losing our firstborn son. There have been clashes between the Muladi of Mozarabic population and the Sheikdom of Tudela. And I've seen this plenty of times. Visit my sister and friend Ingersinda to see how the cat's doing in her care. She meets me outside, no cat to be seen. Oh, it must be out playing somewhere. She looks everywhere but at me. Really? And think I trust you with that cat? Alright, so now... Like, losing our firstborn son was bad enough, but losing our cat was just enough to put us over the edge. By a lot, petitioners from the realm have been queuing up lately. This work feels endless. Yet everyone steps forward endlessly a dressed merchant of some kind. I can practically smell the reek of sin upon you, Berger. The merchant gawps at me, he blinking rapidly in shock. Was it something I said? He either became reclusive or flagellant. Reclusive, penalty to diplomacy and stewardship, flagellant penalty to prowess, and tiny penalty to health, but also wounded, which gives us a severe penalty to health. Guess we're going reclusive. Because now is not a good time to die. Potentially. We're no longer overwhelmed by stress. Sponsor this inspiration. I've arrived in Tudela to pay homage to you, your glorious Malik. As a show of my loyalty, I bring you rich gifts those worthy of your majesty as a token of my goodwill and servitude. Hey, a nice 50 gold, which is directly the amount of money that we paid to this lady to forge a spear. I wait patiently on my throne for the arrival of Shikespeare, who was soon announced and ushered before me. He kneels in deference as attendants bring forth his gifts, those of coin and precious objects. The oath is taken and scribes record his pledges to serve Malachite of Navarra. At last I bid the sheik arise, confirming my satisfaction and Nasser's rights to the land as he rules in my stead. Alright, and we're no longer sick. But we are still kind of teetering on the edge. Another mental break. Right. We not de jure war for the Chieftain of Merida. Yeah, guess we're joining in on this war now. You know, let's actually put in an effort. We're in an ally war for once. Inspiration, someone to impress. Lately, my efforts to impress this have fallen flat. My friendship with Sheikh Khazar has still standing on shaky ground. It's a mess. However, I've got a brilliant idea. If my beneficiary, Idlal, add a dedication to the masterpiece he is making. Flattered dedicatee, he will be deeply touched by my generosity and munificence, and will have no choice but to thank me more. Oh, and it doesn't cost any more? Then go for it. Right, so this is the enemy. Yayan. I guess this is a enemy at least. But no, that's the enemy. He's singular. Oh, and Suro's dead. Let's just hope I don't die in battle or something. Surgeon, fellow connoisseur. My vassal, Whaley Giovanni, accosts me. He well met at liege. I've heard tell of her patronage of Idlal, the weaponsmith. They say she is forging a spear worthy of a Malik. Please take this and give it to her. I wouldn't want to miss the chance of aiding the creation of a masterpiece. Giovanni has interest in a great many things, among them precious artifacts in the mines which produce them. Yeah, sure, I'll just pass that along to get a better weapon. Once again, got a better candidate for the position. Alright, now we've got a son to secure the dynasty at least, so inspiration, flawed jewel. Distracted by affairs of court, they let news from weapons with that it'll be delayed more and more. Now weeks of work on my spear have been wasted, and it seems I was not entirely to blame. I'm told of Illal's little delusions and erratic behavior, constantly changing her mind and starting from scratch in her strange tongues technique. I like the demand that she has brought before me. Let's see. We can pay another 30. You know what? Sure. Let's push her to critical stress to get the Banu Kazi spear faster. And it worked. And it's better than the other Toledo sword. Or at least in terms of just raw prowess, that was bonus. Right, and we've got another daughter. The stewardship bonus. Let's up our levy reinforcement rate by plus 100%. Yeah, definitely not going with that guy for the position of Chancellor. We've got peasant rabble, but you know, it's peasant rabble. You know, highly unlikely that they'll be able to accomplish much. And we've been overwhelmed by stress again. On top of being in battle. King Popo has, from the Rhinelander hybrid culture from the French and Swabian cultures. We need another new Chancellor. I guess it's probably maybe that extra stress is because as we had a cousin die. And you know, suddenly we're also losing this war. Even though we were winning for so long. Scandalous priest. Yep, of course we lost the war that we were just getting our you know, our enemies were just kind of wiping the floor was with us and are being raided. Walking between the audiences, I overhear my thick-skinned court physician, Roshana, discussing the latest flight of fancy. It's supposedly the strongest potion in existence and comes from only the farthest reaches of the world. Or so say the merchants and alchemists I've spoken to. She pulls out a vial of pale yellow liquid, swirling it beneath my courtiers' curling noses. They say it grants vigor and long life. It is favored by those who are going into battle, but only the strongest can handle its power. So we can... So let's see, we can gain 75 for siege, 46% chance of... Okay, good. My speaker, like I just elbowed, you know, the cord to my earbuds, causing my speaker to tip over and tap a button on my mouse. Fortunately, it didn't make the decision for me. Its strongest potion, you say, give it here. Is the possibility of strong potion, +2 prowess and a medium boost. Feeling unwell, -2 prowess and a minor penalty to health, or you just straight up die. Either way, you get plus 75. You get 75 prestige just for daring to drink it. I mean, all the other options And caught us this prestige. Okay. Okay, we managed to handle it just fine. And I like the implication that, you know, Ordonio just overhears the court physician being like, oh yeah, this piss-colored drink is the strongest potion in the land. Like, yeah, I'll drink it. I'll drink it just to show you how strong I am. And it worked. I think that's a lot of raiders. 8,000 Vikings. Oh, or yeah, the girl we became betrothed to, and when she was 8, is finally old enough to marry. These are tumultuous times for the Sheikdom of Madrid. Report after report arrives detailing the dire states of affairs in the area, and the peasants have started muttering about alternative solutions. Yeah, let's go for some meticulous management. Got an unhandled situation, a foul smell. My liege, a word please. My Chancellor Manrique, he approaches me during a brief lull while attending court matters. He gestures to a less populated spawn room and I follow him there. I'm concerned about the state of Tudela Castle. While holding a meeting in both rooms, we all notice a horrific smell. It must have come from the latrines on the floor below. I implore you to consider paying to fix the neglected parts of the building. Yeah, we can spare 50 gold. While we're here, let's hold court. An ancient figure approaches my throne with a click and a tap of his cane accompanying each step. My lord, I am a genealogist, and you're aware you're of noble origin. However, noble is not quite the same as divine or mythical. I desire to write a scroll which shall trace your complete lineage back to the dawn of history. For a few mere gold, I can reveal the truth to you and the world. You are a true descendant of the legendary founders of this land. Oh, and it's just court grandeur? Yeah, I'm just gonna go for the renown. The peasant man stands before me, informing the court of his plea. The recent war took a toll on the countryside, and we're not sure who the culprit was, but they looted an important cultural site to us, as Andalusians from Madrid. Are you sure it wasn't the Vikings? Like the 8,000 Vikings that were just here? Please, we beseech you, spare some of your resources so we can see it restored. The peasant ends his request with a clumsy bow, now a clear indicator of their lowborn status. Okay, it's just 50 gold, so... The woman who approaches my throne is clearly a commoner. My lord, she begins her speech. I represent the local community of Tudela. In the last few months, our cemeteries have been plagued with the disappearance of bodies. All had been dug up and left no trace. At first we feared wild animals or obscure powers at work, but then your own court physician Roshana got red-handed hauling the dead away for her experiments. Please put a stop to this blasphemy. Let's see, we can go for... Studying the human body is a sad necessity. Why didn't you invite me, Roshana? Fresh, living bodies make for better test subjects. Guards arrest a grave robber, or Roshana, just cut it off. You know what? See if we can make Roshana a better physician. As the last petitioner, her departs, blah 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 blah. See again, that part is just always going to be the same. Right now, did Roshana get better at being a physician? She did. She actually did. Apparently she's also an herbalist and a gardener and a poet. And a lesbian. Okay, at least that means she's not gonna be another person trying to seduce me for power. To the serene Cordonio of Navarra. I call on you to honor our alliance and join me in the war for Prince Ackley. Prince Ackley, his claim on the Grand Emirate of Zinzir. Your brother-in-law's primary. Oh, this is just a brother-in-law fight. Yeah, I'll join as a defender. There's no end to the opinions and wants of his son and heir Ordonio. No, half of the time he was trying to tell me what to do, instead of the other way around. So now, I attempt to choose his education focus. Well, he's got a better start in stewardship, so let's go for that. She also selected one for older sister Zemina. She's charming. 1 base intrigue, 2 base diplomacy, so she can be a diplomat. Court grandeur has increased again. Got another child on the way. And now we've bounced back down to court grandeur level 1. And somehow. Let's pick up cutting cornerstones. Oh, not the cursed beautiful rolling hoop. Her culture has discovered the fascination barracks. A new fascination can be selected. Oh, you've certainly got plenty of daughters. Soul of Iron. A man called Iza has arrived at my court, claiming to be a master smith who has traveled far and wide. And my lord, he says, my family has been sword makers in Toledo since ancient times, and once made falcatas for the armies of Carthage. No alloy is as strong as that which is made in Iberia, and I can perfect it. I can make the world's finest weapons. When in return, please give me a command of the blacksmith's guild in Toledo, and they will see that I was better than them all along. See, we can go for torture. Pay him 90 gold. Yeah, we can go for the 90 gold. I'm hardly building anything. Guilt and shame have been plaguing me as of late. All of my sins, my flaws, my failings. These dark thoughts distract me from my irresponsibilities and keep me awake at night. I feel like I must do something to put an end to this mental anguish. But what could possibly help? We can either go for being a flagellant or for hashish. Let's go for the hashish. I guess. While we get our asses kicked once again. Like where? Oh, is that really all of our Is that really all our allies actually have? No wonder. They're actually, he feels so entitled. All to this land. He already owns most of it. Hey, we've got Court Grander back. So now we've got another new Chancellor. And a new Spy Master. Alright, Zemena needs somebody to mentor her. Malika can do it. So another 3 years. I'm poring over the ledgers that detail my income from vassals. These numbers do not add up. The apprehensive Sheikh Yashai, he has me for a fool. Has been paying too little. That increases taxes. Just make up for the taxes and that he owes. Right, and we've got another child on the way. Here's another call to arms. At least we're giving our troops enough time to get their numbers back. Alright, we've got a second son now. Further insurance against, possible issues. If these assholes could just stand still, for 5 seconds. Alright, finally. This is honestly kind of my least favorite part of both CK3 and CK2. Every time I have to send my troops on a wild chase through the land and to take down an enemy army. And now we're being called into a war against Emir Abdallah Fez again. We're probably not going to contribute much to that. He's kind of occupied right at the moment. And we immediately lost that war anyway, so they probably called us in as a last-ditch effort to not lose. Right, and I've been overwhelmed by stress again because Khazar died. Hey, I've got a professional workforce now. Viking cheese. I stopped at a roadside stall selling some simple foods. The trader, Beatrice, supplies me with different wares before reaching below the stall and bringing out a carved wooden box. "For you, my liege, this is the finest cheese in all the realm." He pushes the small block into my hand, leans and whispers, "Let's for it passionately. It's crafted by cheese-making Vikings here in Iberia." Despite the bizarre comment, the cheese is incredibly good. So we can either... let's go on a quest for the cheese Vikings. A scrawny-looking woman is brought up before me. However, the pathetic woman is in front of me barely looks like a cheesemaker, let alone a Viking. "I'm truly sorry, but I'm not really a Viking. It's just a lie to help with selling the cheese." She swears. "I want half your profits and half your cheese." She's only made 50 gold. But hey, I have aged cheese now. Small health boost, but -5 attraction opinion. And we've got another son, so we've certainly got plenty of heirs. Speaking of heirs, Rosadonia needs a guardian. Learning stewardship, so learn stewardship from Roshana. Emily currently set the diplomacy. Yeah, it was with a base for diplomacy, she might as well, so diplomacy, Serena can deal with her. At least for once the war is going well. Granted, it's mostly because our enemy is kind of pathetic. And we've got another child on the way. Because, you know, when you've got 4 wives, you kinda have a lot of kids. I've studied the Basque language for many moons. I personally penned this missive using the Basque script. A letter of friendship from a speaker of Iberian vulgar. I wish for our future diplomatic dealings to benefit from us both greatly. Let's see. Well, guess I'm going for a rivalry because the alternative is gaining another stress level. Question of loyalty. Looking into it discreetly. Centralization. Speaking of centralization, we can move up to limited crown authority. We can now change between available partition succession laws. If one of our powerful vassals who have a negative opinion of you, we're blocking all succession law changes. Here, have some money. You too, have some money. Go high partition. So now Ordonio the Third will get the lion's share of the gains on my death. You inherited the Sheikdom of Malagon, no, Shikishai of Malagon. Really, Ladron? Really, you're gonna immediately be a pain in the ass? Busy to miss another day at court. I overhear my wife, Malika Hamda's distinctive irate tone. Majida seems to have got her goat. Being closer, I see my guests smugly jeering. These so-called fashions are an embarrassment, and they would be fit only for servants and children at any respective Magrebi court. My wife flushes red and cries. I have quite enough of you. I don't care if you're the Max guest. Much to my heat of surprise. Pulling me aside, Hamda moans bitterly. That ungrateful witch. She never ceases to mock us. Yesterday, my servants overheard her calling our turns passé. Let's see. Come, dear, she is only ribbing us. I suppose we could make a bit more of an effort. Or passé? Passé? Let's go for the better fashion. And while we're here, right, heretics at large. My lord, I regret to inform you that the religious situation in my lands is out of control. I've tried to make my subjects see the light of our true faith. But too many of them persist in their wrong beliefs. I beg of you to use your authority and power to help me. Glebe, see what you can do. A haggard-looking peasant now stands in front of me. My lord, I beg for your help. A monster prowls the mountains of Garnata, killing cattle and farmers alike. Few have seen it, but the mangled remains of its poor victims leave no doubt. It's clearly a huge wolf, as bloodthirsty as few have ever been seen. Please, send your strongest hunters and save us from his ferocious jaws. Yeah, I'm gonna try and fell the beast myself. Oh, munificent Melicordonio. I am Miriam. I have traveled far to ask for your aid in righting a great injustice. The woman in front of me bows deeply before continuing with her a well-rehearsed plea. My cousin Emir Abd al-Rahman currently sits on the throne of Bradleyos, being the true and rightful ruler of those lands. Give me impressing my claim, I shall swear fealty to you, serve you loyally until the end of my days. Ooh. Hmm. Do I have... Alright, I do have means... Check kind of the... I mean, we're their only ally. You know what, let's go for it. Alright, hey, so we're... calling in our ally. And raising all of our armies. Mental break, too busy. Need petitioners again. Yeah, let's just go for wanting to be alone. Oh, cool. No chance of getting killed by the beast. And in fact, we killed the beast. So I get to be a novice hunter. grants prowess +2 and stress loss. That's plus 10%. I've got 12 prowess at this point between a base of 5, the Banukazi Spear, and being a novice hunter. Like, roughly half of my prowess is entirely just in my weapon. But, you know, it works. You know what? Let's call in some help. Just to kind of push the just to kind of nudge these odds a little bit more in our favor. Since currently it's an even match. Oh, but wait. Other things that the Bralios has going on might nudge things in our favor, or even better. Alright, we've got yet another child on the way. This is starting to look a lot like The Sims 3. It's just all of the children, and all of the time. Pensive. Yeah, you might as well stay stewardship. Especially since it's only now that I'm being reminded of your existence. Ooh, we've got his heir. Can't enforce demands just yet. Maybe if we kick his ass a little bit. Nope, still not willing to relent just yet. Guess we can go over here and... Right. My Alama Galib has received a significant donation of gold, all from the estate of a wealthy but childless landholder, now deceased. He claims it departed and had lived a very frugal and pious life, and wished for the gold to go nowhere it could do no good. Alama Galib insists that he received part of the donation, as I am a paragon of Muladism in Navarra. He's truly corrupted by shaitan. Yeah, I can just straight murder Galib over this. You know what? I'm gonna go for it. And of course, I gotta go and occupy this area again. Got another one of their kids held hostage. Oh, that's not even who we were trying to fight. But hey, we won anyway. It's like that's a thing that happened. How about you stop for of doing this shit for 5 seconds? And once again, alright, finally. You were at 99. But alas, because we still need one more point. We need to over 99. We've got to go kick their asses again. Alright, finally. Demands enforced. Boom. War is done. Freljaz is ours. And we got another small religious carving. You know, that makes no difference because they're both functionally identical. And we've got empty council positions. Alright, finally got a use for this, for at least one of these powerful vassals. Keep demanding a position. Alright, and I need to declare a guardian for Paleo. Learning. So I guess he can be mentored by like a Tefrara. It looks like soon the opportunity phase will begin. Right, and saucy readings. Lately, I can't help but notice the gaggles of giggling maidens, and usually austere warriors gathering in dark alcoves to listen enraptured to a book. Today, I've finally cornered Malika Tinhanan with the book in her hands. It's clearly a licentious text, filled to the brim with sensuous temptations, earthly seductions, and supple bosoms. I am silent while I ponder the probable reaction of Alamat Ihir into Tinhanan and stares at me in apprehension. Well, guess we're having it all copies burned. Because otherwise we gain either 80 or 160 stress. Right, above to have domain limit. Grant and this temple to somebody. And there we go, now we're back under our domain limit. And I will be right back. In fact, I can actually use the BRB that I specifically designed for Crusader Kings. I've previously just never gone around to using. Hmm. Right. Just to make sure that the audio is, audible. I've returned. Let's keep going for the next hour, roughly. 2 more years before we can hold court again. Got another son. We're 10 kids already. Our culture has discovered Gavelkind. I'm not 100% sure. Like, what all does our culture have? We have Visigothic codes. We can enact hyper partition succession law and equal gender law. Rough terrain expert is more common. And we get an extra bump to spouse counselor tasks. Marriage acceptance plus 10 plus 10. Cannot use any divorce interactions. The adulterer and fornicator traits are despised. And household scheme success chance versus spouses minus 50%. And, ritualized friendship. Iberian heritage, Basque language, men only for martial, and Basque aesthetics. There's Reform Basque and Diverge culture. There is options. Jim, we are the head of the culture, so as long as you've got whatever currency is needed, we could probably reform the culture if we wanted to. Let's see. In terms of innovations, let's see, early medieval, See, this is all the way back in tribal. Gavelkind. Oh, we've just always been able to do the Confederate petition because of our culture. So that was completely pointless unless it's a prerequisite for something. Performing Basquiat, we can establish a new tradition. We just had thousands of. We just had the thousands of prestige needed to do it. Which apparently different things have different circumstances that reduce the cost. I mean, technically, it's more. You get closer to the base cost for having certain and specific. Like circumstances. And now I've got. Our kingdom has expanded a bit. So maybe let's look into expanding a little bit more. I mean, it's not recommending that we declare any. Wait, no, it is. It is recommending some wars. Also, we could declare superior strength. Superior. Leon is apparently only similar strength. Unfortunately, hold on. Malacca could be an option for expansion. Get yourselves a little bit more of a coastline. I mean, it would be a pretty close fight. Maybe it would be better off going after Arcady. It's like mostly coastal, so we'd still get more coastline, but fewer troops to deal with. Honestly, like the main reason I did this much expanding tonight is because that was such a good opportunity that it was hard to pass up. Just the opportunity to just immediately grab an entire like duchy level title. I mean, my friend. was dropping real bad. I think most of that might have happened during the BRB, so... Beast of the Dilemma... Yeah, so that subject fascinates me as well. Witness... As I turn to see my friend Sheik Mutarif sneer as he sinks his blade into the face of the covering Whaley Umea. Whatever sound I made must have been enough for Mutarif to turn towards me, surprise on his face. Everyone will know of your crime. Yeah, that was weird that the host just kind of decided to murder a guy. Well, gonna have to make progress on another new rivalry. Otherwise, I might start having problems. Like, mentally. Due entirely to paranoia. Alright, and just gotta wait. Need a couple more months to hold court again. Look into the matter discreetly again. Ooh, now we can have a couple more provinces in our domain. Earn into $2 to pay homage to you. Alright, just a bunch of stuff. Alright, hold court again. My lord, my friend Sheik Mutarif, who, you recently saw murder a man, takes the floor. I have an idea to improve taxation. You could send surveyors to question your subjects about every property, its name, owner, extension, and value, and how many people and animals live there. Yeah, sure. And peasant steps forward carrying a petition. My liege, I come to you as a representative of the Radonites from the Mosque of La Puebla de Montalban. The peasant briefly pauses as rehearsed speech. Our plea to see an important monument and of our culture restored was ignored by the Whaley. He is actively hindering us from rebuilding. My liege, allow me to explain, Gomez interjects in a panic. This monument makes a mockery of our culture. It depicts Basques as monsters. Surely you can see why I would oppose the restoration of such a hateful monument. Yeah, that certainly sounds bad. My serene spymaster, Bernard, about hours before me, his trusty sword glinting at his side. I have served you faithfully, my liege. You know of my charge against Sheikh Abd al-Rahman of Almania amidst the plains of Hervaz, but I am no longer young. I bid you invest me with my own lands in your Malachite. Other lords have been given more for far less. Oh. You know what? He can have Gomez's title. Like, you know, that's entirely just a punishment for disobedience. That is perfectly fine. Like, I did not need a 14th child. I did not need a 14th child. Granted, only 12 of my existing 13 are among the living. Oh, not Rashana. And Royal Court. A Knight's Declaration. As I pace towards my throne, I overhear my phrase, Ihir, or proclaiming something to my wife, Hamda. Wonder what secrets her mask protects. Is it a shield or just an effect? For her life is my life, and her life to be the beautiful start to a family tree. Is he reciting romantic poetry to my wife? I had to. Something is happening between Hamda and Ihir. It ends here. Something. I'm gonna go for the one that it's the least. These penalty to my prestige. Alright. Survey has been completed. The era of compromise coming to an end. Okay, now we are back to opportunity. Means that now we'll be moving towards either hostility or conciliation. And once again, I think things look quite different than last time we were in the opportunity phase. She is still. I mean, if we can just do something about this alliance he has with my uncle. Then this invasion will get significantly easier. Right, so let's see. We've got plenty of. Oh, yeah. Time to. Time to do some hashish. Because I didn't think about the fact that, I was gaining stress from hiring people to help me murder someone. Well, guess we've got a war on our hands. And it's not one that we wanted. Well, at least the numbers are fairly close. Yes, and it's just a border raid. In fact, we can secure a powerful alliance such as with Yan. Really, asshole? I gave you my daughter. And you're just gonna be a massive asshole. For absolutely no reason. You're just gonna decide that my conflict is beneath you somehow. For reasons that the game cannot be asked to explain. And we've been overwhelmed by stress again. Oh, but at least our heir has come of age. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it since these guys will probably also be assholes. Who'll just not bother to actually help at all for who knows what reason. Ooh, it seems game is frozen. That's always fun. Yes, sure. Join in on a contract. Wait, hold on. You're already helping me, dude. Why am I paying you? Yeah, no tiles even changed hands. Oh, now I've got lost cheese Vikings. Struggling and shouting, a large man is dragged before me. He's clearly a Viking raider, the type of known chaos and are around for decades. Please have mercy. My name is Asbjorn, and I've been living in Sheikdom of Malagon for years. I was left behind because I was injured. The villagers saved me. They're my family now. I make cheese. He's for them. The Viking falls to his knees, hoping I'll spare his life. Several peasants confirm his story. Yeah, I'm sure you can serve your village. Alright, and we have a... How do they still have this alliance? I thought I had severed that. But apparently they managed to just form another one. I guess you've got to murder another person. You get overwhelmed by stress again. You've got to do more hashish. Zena died, so now we've got more stress from that. Unfortunately, not as much as it could have been since we're callous. Really? Using a hook? We have to do both? And overwhelmed by stress again. And we still don't even have... Honestly, 90% is gonna have to do. Just gonna explore the plains myself. Make gold coins with my own visage on them. Thir 30% infertility penalty and severe health penalty. My spam assholes come to me with grave news. Well, I don't care about Sheik Yaya. He's in prison. I'm gonna decline this invitation to do stress. Well, I've reached stress level 3. And the game has frozen. Mental break, shooting the messenger. My head feels like a thunderstorm trapped in an egg. I squirm, trying to get comfortable on my throne as a messenger spins me some irrelevant sob story about pirates or bandits or raiders or some kind of commoner nonsense. Pressure in my skull builds, demanding release somewhere. And almost involuntarily, my mouth opens to speak. You think I'll fall for these obvious lies? Or nearly some hired assassin behead this fool. Time for hashish again. Alright, finally, we can go take this de jure land. And we've got another child. Alright, and call our allies into the war. Apparently, we aren't even allied with Zaragoza anymore. Excellent. Got a dangerous faction. There's nobody we can assassinate for either of these. Yeah, sure, join in on the fight. Oh, and of course we get call to arms while we're, kind of in the middle of something. And all the while, just constantly investigating our wives for infidelity. See, a wounded and disillusioned mercenary group has arrived at Dukedom of Secret. The locals claim to have overheard talk of settling down after pillaging an easy target and begin to grow anxious. Let's just hire them. Oh, we've just won. Well, that was an easy war. And that peasant uprising was an even easier war. While performing his duties as my spy master, Rayleigh Bernard uncovered a secret held by my wife, Malika Hamda. The ways in which she seeks pleasure is revolting for any decent woman to even think of, and she is not merely willing, but eager. It feels so unnatural and sickening. No, it is unnatural and sickening. No offense, an offense against the law. The things she was doing to those fish and those felt hats. Like the peasant uprising just kind of stopped immediately. Yep, that's naturally defeat. My name is Jones, my lord. I have come for you to offer my wisdom. The guard that brought the man before me looks skeptical. You approach the castle riding a donkey, my lord. Backwards. See, please share your wisdom with me. possibility of gaining useful insights. Let your knowledge bless the whole court. After all, if you're crazy, I think I've got you beat. At this point, I'm sitting here. Oh, I'm down. I'm down to only stress level 2. I've had some hashish, I guess. To kind of mellow things out. While performing his duties as my spy master, really Bernard has uncovered a secret held by my vassal Emir Zuhair. He's taken my wife, Native Malika's Hamda as his lover. How can Malika Hamda share her bed with another? How could she betray me like this? Perhaps I will never know her reason, but there seems to be no doubt about her guilt. Let's see. Break it off, but there will be consequences. Hamda remains still and silent as I make my demand, tears trailing down her cheeks. When she finally speaks, her words are not what I expected. I'm sorry, but I can't do it. I'd rather spend the rest of my days in the dungeons than deny my feelings for Zuhair. If you hate me so much, if you want me to suffer, then to see me suffer, so be it. Oh, now one of her wives is in dungeon. We can create the Kingdom of Andalusia. Negotiate an alliance with Larita. Oh, if we had more gold, we could create the Kingdom of Andalusia. I currently have 18 in the de jure counties of Hispania, so still got quite a bit of a ways to go before we could form that empire. I'm pretty sure there's a decision to just form. Yeah, just found a new empire. Need to be exalted among men, 10 or above. Currently established. Sometimes 120 or more, so it would have to be even bigger than Hispania, so we might as well just go for Hispania then. Unless we start expanding elsewhere, or outside of native Iberia. Our son is... Ordonio is still unmarried. Let's try and score a good alliance. Let's actually hold off on that for right now. So, Hedge Bernard back to disrupting schemes. curse undone. And the twists and turns of fate have not always been into my advantage. Allah knows that I was cursed the day I met Sheikh Jihad. Today, however, that curse has been lifted. Fate has smiled upon me and brought the brooding churl to his grave. So we're starting to almost get down to stress level 1. I went to sort by alliance power. Hmm. Now, what are the options for just... Is, securing an alliance with an adult. An alliance through a marriage with an adult. Not nearly as appealing as some of the options for betrothing our son to a child. Well, unfortunately. The children being inbred. But you know what? For the sake of political maneuvering. Because, I can potentially... The blood-stained cloth, crow's feathers, strange smelling concoctions. And this is the evidence presented to me by a group of villagers from Granada. Prove that Lid has been practicing witchcraft in her hut, right on the outskirts of her village. Villagers claim her evil works must be the cause of their sick animals and are calling for her execution. Oh, she's gonna have to burn. Because otherwise I'm gonna start having problems again. And I'm gonna have to smoke more hashish. In the scorching midday heat, they stood in the shadow under a great stony pine, playing on lutes and flutes. They sing in many tongues, yet my heart can understand every word. I can hear them from my balcony, and they stir my soul. Yet I do not know the identity of these musicians, and when they leave my lofty halls and approach the tree, they are gone. Are they sent from heaven? Are they phantoms survived by Shaitan to ensnare me? Perhaps not. But what am I to do with these damned feelings? Well, we can chop the tree down to reduce our stress. Let's do that. That's arrived in Stella. Yeah, sure, pay homage to me. Guess we don't have the alliance with Castile anymore, but it's so many allies. But actually, that's not even Castile. This is Castile. No, that was just some random county in Castile. Yeah, sure, true friendship. Apparently, Bralios is already fighting against Castile. They're losing, but they're certainly putting up a fight. Actually, no. Got that wrong. That's wrong. They're winning because that's from Castile's perspective that they're at negative 67%. Which I mean, they've got the Grand Emirate of Zinzir, so accept this invitation. I'm almost down. I think. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's happening with my stress situation at this point. Let's just get War Profiteer, I guess. Paleo comes of age. And Dangerous Liberty faction. Check our alliances. Yeah, we've got a decent number of alliances at this point, so see, chances are good enough that we'll be able to deal with this Liberty faction. Brr. As the loud belch echoes through the dining hall, all conversation abruptly he ceases. My Lama, here. Here pats his stomach and grins. Ah, better out than in, my dad always said. Various courtiers exchange incredulous glances before my daughter, Alasa, looks directly at me and exclaims, "My Malik, that was wholly inappropriate. Certainly you must agree." So we can either way we lose 14. Let's go for the one that will reduce stress while we're at it. Yep, no longer overwhelmed by stress. And it's time to hold court again. I'm faced with the Munawar Bint Haiz Jatira, its sad eyes, which grow larger and more pitiful as her acquaintance Ordonio gently ushers her towards my throne. Malik, he laments. The girl has been in its heirs at this court with no one to watch over her since the disappearance of her dear papa. Please look to her future. What can be done with such a child? Unfortunate, but not the crown's problem. Because everything else will result in way too much stress for me. Two of my vassals are pushing one another and jostling to reach my throne first. Really, Muhammad bows before me. My lord, murder is wanton in the city streets of Malkit, head of Navarra. It would be civilizing if we instituted a ban on townspeople bearing arms, at least within city limits. If kicks him out of the way. Safety is each man and learn to protect himself. Banning carry of weaponry will castrate the townspeople. Wow, this suddenly got really like present day real world political. Yet we shall settle this safety debate with violence. And Muterate, it wins. The air is thick with anticipation as my vassal, Ilwela Mayar, her approach. My lord, I already come with grave news, but with a solution to fix this problem. It's become increasingly clear that the Castilians and Basque are becoming more, perhaps even too similar. It's paramount that we show them that's us, Basque, who are the forefront of innovation. Let's see, we can host a festival to celebrate our rich Basque culture. Show for grandest accomplishments. Or there's need to exercise superior over other cultures. Not sure, I'll go for 350 prestige. Time for more hashish. Oh, and I've got an opportunity to found a holy order. So now let's go for it. Right, so now, which apparently we can. I have an entire specific decision to eat the cheese. Or eat or consume hashish cakes. What is the local culture of my capital? Andalusian, apparently. At least from the looks of it is. See, I'm in Tudela, so yeah. And my capital is Andalusian, whereas I'm Basque. It's like there's a mechanic for forming a hybrid culture. How do I go about doing that? Because maybe we could just become just form a hybrid Basque Andalusian culture or something. Okay, you can create between two cultures with at least 40% cultural acceptance by a ruler that has counties with both cultures within their realm. Alright, so I guess the question is, how do I even check? Culture and realm acceptance 100%. And mutual acceptance between Basque and Andalusian, and 100%. I guess it's just a question of where's the button. Oh, it has to have a different heritage. That's a problem. Because they're both Iberian, there isn't gonna be a button. And to just make it happen. Now if we wanted to bring Radonite into our cultural heritage, then we could do that if we just had 7% more acceptance of them. I'm willing to bet that Castilian is also, yep, Iberian heritage. Like a lot of our counties are not our culture and not our faith either. Let's see. Let's promote culture in Tudela. I think that since it's 2:06 in the morning, that's also I'm gonna end it for the night. So thank you to everyone who stopped by. Gonna do a quick find somebody to raid. Next stream is planned for next Tuesday with another Sims 3, and next CK3 stream is planned for next Thursday. Sims 3 is planned for the 20th, and CK3 is planned for the 22nd. See who else is live with CK3. If I can get Opera to stop glitching out on me. Let's see. Just kind of looking at the options. Yeah, this is one of the few people and a few other English speakers that seems to be live right now. Yes, let's send them a raid.